بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Alhamdulillah wassalatu wassalam ala rasulillah. My dear student, greeting to you all. Today inshallah we will carry on with our English language lessons for the third year. My name is teacher Inas Al-Hudaythi. So as you can see, we will continue with our unit. The name of the unit is called Animals. We already started this in the previous lesson. Today inshallah we will start with lesson number 2, and because it's very important lesson, we will have it into 2 parts. Today inshallah we will take the first part, part number 1, and in the next lesson we will have the second part. So let's start. Bismillah. Let's start by revising what we have learned in the previous lesson, my dear student. In the previous lesson we introduced so many animals, different kind of animals. Also we focused on giving the singular and the plural of these animals. We will be revising them in this lesson as well. So this is the name of the lesson. As you can see, I have animals. Animals here is a noun, and it's a noun because it ends in S, so it's a plural. The singular is animal. So animal is singular, animals are plural. This is the cover of your unit, unit number 3. As you can see, I can see pictures of so many animals. I can see a giraffe, an elephant, a monkey, a camel, a wolf, an ostrich, and so many animals. By the end of the lesson, my dear student, inshallah, you will have all these objectives. We will be naming more animals. So you'll be able to name different kind of animals. We will give the opposite. And for the opposite, here I'm talking about an adjective. We will give an adjective and we will give the opposite of that adjective. And of course, in order to do that, we need to do so many exercises. So make sure you have your books ready and your notebook, pencils, in case you need to take some notes. This is the name of our unit. Let's start by revising the names of different kind of animals, my dear student. Let's start with this animal. If you can tell me, what's the name? Here we have, I have a horse. Very good. I have a horse. So let's read together. A horse. A horse. One more time. A horse. One last time. A horse. Very good. A horse. So here I have single horse. One horse. Singular. Now let's move to this next animal. Here I have, what do you think? What's the name of this animal? I have, very good, I have a cow. A cow. One more time, a cow. One last time, a cow. Very good. So here I have a cow. Again, I have singular, one cow, just one cow. Okay? Now let's move to the next animal. Help me out here. Let's try to name this animal. You have this in your book in lesson number 1. Here we have a goat. A goat. One more time. A goat. One last time. A goat. Very good. I have one goat. Singular. How about this one? Can you name this animal for me? I have a chicken. A chicken. One more time, a chicken. One last time, a chicken. Very good. I have a single chicken. Next, here I have, what do I have here? I have a camel. A camel. One more time, a camel. One last time, a camel. Very good. I have one camel. How about this animal now? What do I have here? I have a sheep. A sheep. One more time, a sheep. One last time, a sheep. Very good. I have a single sheep. Now, we introduce singular animals. A camel, a cow, a sheep, a goat, a chicken. Now let's introduce the plural of these animals, okay? Now, as you can see here, to your left, I have a cow. A cow, one cow, right? Okay, but to your right, I have 1, 2, I have cows. cows. So here I have a cow, cows. One cow, two cows. Okay? Let's move to the next set of animals. To your left, again, I have a goat. A goat. But to your right, I have 1, 2, 3. I have many what? I have goats. Goats. So I have singular and I have a plural. A goat, goats. Very good. Let's move to the next one. To your right, I have a camel. A camel, singular. But to your left, I have 1, 2, 3. I have 3 camels. Camels. So I have a camel. I have camels. Very good. Now, to your left here, I have a sheep. A sheep. Okay? But to your right, I have 1, 2, 3. I have 3 sheep. Now notice here, it's the same word, but we are not using an article here. I'm not using a, okay? So a sheep, 3 sheep. Very good. Now, also in the previous lesson, we introduced what does these animals produce? What do they provide to humans, okay? So let's start with the first animal. For example, a cow. What does a cow produce, my dear student? What does a cow produce? Of course, as you can see in this picture, a cow produces milk. A cow produces milk. Very good, very good. So let's read the sentence one more time. What does a cow produce? A cow produces milk. A cow produces milk. Very good, very good. Let's move to the next animal. How about a sheep? What does a sheep produce? What does a sheep produce, my dear student? Does it produce milk like the cow? No, it produces something else. Something also is very important. She produces wool. She produces wool. We use wool to make clothes. Very good. So sheep produces wool. Now, here I have this exercise. To your left, I have so many animals. Also, I have a tree, right? To your right, I have the productions, or what does these things produce, okay? Let's start, for example, the first one here, I have an apple tree. What do you think? What can we get from an apple tree? Now, help me out, try to match it. An apple tree produces apples, very good. Then apple tree produces apples, very good. So the first one here, I have an apple tree and I have apples. Next one, I have a cow. What does a cow produce? What does a cow produce, my dear student? Here I have eggs, honey, a t-shirt, and milk. What do you think? What do we get from a cow? We get very good milk. Excellent. We get milk from a cow. How about the chicken? What does a chicken produce? What do you think? What does a chicken produce? It produces eggs. Very good. It produces eggs. Very good. Now I have a bee and I have a sheep. How about the bee, my dear student? Very good. It produces honey. It produces honey. Very good. And the last one, I have a sheep, and a sheep produces wool. It produces wool. Very good. Excellent. Now we will be starting lesson number 2 by giving opposites. What do I mean by opposite? Now, I need you to have your books ready at the lesson number 2, as we will be taking the opposites. What's the meaning of opposite first? Now, here, as you can see, I have 2 things that are completely opposite of each other. For example, I have go and stop sign. So I have a green light, I have a red light. Same, but it has completely different meaning. I have big ball and I have small ball. I have a front and I have a back. I have a day, a night, a boy, a girl. I have a full trash and an empty trash can. So as you can see, all these are completely opposite. Some of them are nouns, others are adjectives. Okay, so this is the meaning of opposites. What opposites are we talking about in our lesson? Let's start. As you can see here, I have two pictures. I can see a boy, and can you guess? The second is a girl. I can see a boy and a girl. They are opposites, right? They're not the same. So I can see a boy and a girl. Let's move to the next one. How about this one? What do you think? We might say man, and what's the opposite of man? What's the opposite? The opposite of is woman. Very good. The opposite is woman. So man, woman. Or we might say father. The opposite is, exactly, the opposite is mother. So we might say man. The opposite is woman. Father, mother. Very good. So far we talked about boy, girl, man, woman, father, and mother. Now how about this one? We might use a boy and a girl again, or we might say brother. So the opposite is, very good, the opposite is sister. If we are talking about the family member, brother, sister. Very good, brother, sister. Now let's talk about some animal kinds. As you can see, here I have a cock and a hen. So you're not chicken now. I have a cock and I have a hen. Okay? Now here, what do you think? I can see a daughter, a son. Completely opposite, right? I have a daughter and I have a son. How about this one? I have a bull and I have a cow. I have a bull and I have a cow. Again, you can find this in your book at lesson number 2. Now, what do animals eat? But before we go to this one, I need to go back to check with the opposite one more time, starting from the beginning. Here, let's take them one by one. To your left, I have a boy. So what's the opposite of boy, my dear student? The opposite is a girl. Very good. So I have a boy and I have a girl. Let's go to the next one. Here, as we talked about before, I have a man, a woman. That's the opposite. Or we might say father and mother. Very good. Father and mother. Excellent. They are opposite to each other. Now, how about this one? We might say brother and sister. Brother and sister. Very good. Or when we talked about this, it's not chicken now. I have a cock and I have a hen. Very good. A cock and a hen. How about this one? I have a daughter and I have a son. I have a daughter and I have a son. Very good. Now for this one, I have, of course, a cow and a bull. A cow and a bull. Very good. Now, we talked about different kind of animals, right? Because this is our unit. Different kind of animals. We talked about singular. We introduced singular, plural, right? We talked about what do these animals produce. Now let's focus about what do animals eat. What about their food? What do they eat? Now, as you can see here, I have different kind of food. Different kind of food that these animals would like to eat. For example, I have leaves, I have fish, bananas, vegetables, meat, carrots, fruit, grass, insects. Whenever I introduce a food, I'm sure that you will think about one animal, at least one animal that will eat this kind of food. For example, when we think about bananas, we think immediately of monkeys. Monkeys love to eat bananas, right? Whenever we talked about meat, lions, tigers, they love to eat meat, okay? And so on. Now let's introduce or let's talk about different kind of food that animals want or love to eat. Okay, for example, what do animals eat? Here I can see, as I told you before, monkey would like to eat bananas, horses would like to eat hay, and here I have a dog would like to eat bone or meat or special kind of food. Now, here to your left, I have different kind of animals. I have a cow, a penguin, a frog, a squirrel, and to your right, I have different kind of food. Food that these animals would love to eat or like to eat. Okay, so help me out now. Try to match the favorite food. Let's start with a cow. What do you think? What do you think? Do you think cow would like to eat fish, a nut, an insect, or grass? What do you think? We will? Very good. We will match it directly to grass. So cows love to eat grass. Excellent. Moving to the penguins. I think you can help me out with this one. Penguins would love to eat fish. Very good. Excellent. And for the frog, they go directly for the insects or to the fly. Very good. And for the squirrel, they go hunt for nuts. Very good. They like to eat nuts. So these are simple examples of what do animals eat. Now, I need you to open your books at page 39. Page 39. I'll be zooming for the upper part, okay, but I need you to have your pencils ready because we'll be writing and matching here. Now, what does each animal eat? What does each animal eat? As you can see here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different kind of animals, and in the middle, I have their favorite food. Okay, for the food, I have meat, fruit, and leaves. Okay, so let's start with the first animal here. I have a lion, a wolf, an ostrich, a bear, an elephant, a deer. Again, in the middle, I have meat, and I have fruit and leaves. So let's start with the lion. What do you think, my dear student? A lion will go and hunt for what? It will go and eat, exactly, it will eat meat. A lion will eat meat. Very good. So what does a lion eat? How about a wolf, my dear student? Will you match it with fruit? What do you think? Again, excellent. A wolf will go and eat meat. Same as lions. How about an ostrich, girls? How about an ostrich? Do you think they will go for a meat? Are they meatitarian? Actually, no. They will go and eat fruit or leaves. How about let's go to the next part. I have a bear here. What do you think bears eat? What do they eat? A bear will, very good, again, it will eat meat or fish. Okay, how about an elephant? Although it's huge and big, but it will definitely go for fruit and leaves. And for the last animal here, a deer will go again for fruit and leaves. Make sure you match the correct animal with their favorite food. For a lion, it will eat meat, same as wolf. And for an ostrich, it will go for fruit and leaves. A bear will go for hunt for a meat. An elephant and a deer will go for fruit and vegetables. Now, this is the lower part of page 39. Here we have the opposites. Learn the opposites. Let's go ahead and learn all the opposites that we introduced earlier in this lesson. Man, woman, boy, girl, father, mother, brother, sister, son, daughter, feminine, masculine, hen, cock, cow, bull, lioness, lion, wolf, she-wolf. Okay, so here are all the opposites that we have. Now, here I have this exercise for you that I have an animal and I need to make sentences about what is this animal and what do they like to eat. Let's start with the first one. The first one here I have What do you think I am? A mouse. Very good. Here I have a mouse. What do you think? What does a mouse would like to eat? Their favorite food. Yes, exactly. I like to eat cheese. I like to eat cheese. How about the second animal? What do I have here? Here I have, what do you think I have? A rabbit. Very good. I have a rabbit. What do rabbits would like to eat? I like to eat carrots. I like to eat carrots. Very good, my dear student. Now, let's revise what we have learned in this lesson. In this lesson, we introduce opposites, like boy, a girl, a man, a woman, different kind of opposites. Also, we introduce what do animals eat? What do they eat? What does a lion eat? What does an elephant eat? And so on. So that was my lesson, my dear student. Until I see you next time, stay safe. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.